Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome back to another 0AD Alpha 25 replay commentary analysis. Today's match is an interesting use of a Kushite Maceman Rush strategy. In this, economy and military are sacrificed in the name of taking on your opponent's civic centre early in the game and thus ending it. Now, I didn't know this tactic exists, and so I fell foul of it against one of today's players, that person being Black King, twice in a row. Yes, 2 games in a row. So it comes to a better player than me, in this case Hakan Yildirim, to see whether this tactic can be beaten when you're not expecting it, or perhaps it will even scale up as a useful tactic to make you hit the 0AD World Middle Rankings. So let's find out. And welcome to the game. So in the north we have Black King, he's playing in yellow as the Kushites, and in the south we have playing as the Ptolemies, Hakan Yildirim, and he's playing in blue. So we've got nice Ukrainian colours, which is pretty sweet. Well done, these people, for picking patriotic Ukrainian colours, Slav Ukraini. Anyway, let's move on. So it's a fairly standard opening. So he's gone immediately for the farmstead so you can get the wicker baskets. So I don't personally do that. I go for 3 camels generally, and will then try and clean up all of this as quickly as possible, because then you've got camels that you can use after only just over a minute for both exploring, so get a good view of the whole map, but also to attack your opponents. So building his first house, which is very good. Let's go into north, because that's where it's going to be most interesting. So to kind of explain what's going on, the plan of this video is we're going to watch what happens. So Black King will be going for a very, very fast phase 2. He's then going to build Nuba villages, which allow you to get the Maceman mercenaries, and then he's going to grab a load of those Macemen, as many as possible, and try and try and take over his opponent's civic centre. So he'll bring it down to a very, very small amount of health, capture it, and then rebuild it, and hope that his opponent doesn't manage to stop that. Because if you do that, then it's actually better than destroying it, because then you've got a civic centre and you take control of all of those buildings as well, and your opponent's basically left with nothing. So because of that, as I said, he's not building any, not building a farmstead, not building any storehouse or anything. He's trying to conserve as much as possible. What he is doing, though, is he's got idle time here, which is not good. That should be being used for something, unless, he's so far away from getting to phase 2, there's no point in him not producing here. So, as I said before, he's going to try and conserve as much in the way of resources, so he will only build as many houses as he thinks he needs. So that will be his thing. So I believe that 60 is it, which means with a population of about 30 now, his plan is going to be very, very much just to get that wood, get to phase 2 as soon as possible, and then do it. So he's just sent off his horsemen to go and check out where's the most sensible place for him to put his Nuba village. But while he's doing that, we've got an attempt to now get some more soldiers. So with the Ptolemies, as you might expect, he's got some slingers coming. He's got his first barracks, moving ahead quite comfortably in population, particularly as Hakan Yildirim has given up on getting any more in terms of population. I do think he's basically, your eggs are all in the same basket. I think he still could have got, probably, if he'd kept a couple more people, literally 2 or 3 more people on food rather than wood, he would be going to phase 2 now. But as it is, he's a little bit going to be a bit later. So he's now, where is it? He's now got 500 and should go to phase 2. He's not gone to phase 2 yet. He needs to build another. He needs to build a village class structure, which he hasn't done. Okay, so Right, that's why he's not gone to phase 2. So he's built a storehouse. He could have done that earlier. So it's very interesting actually just to watch and kind of analyze this from a different perspective. So now he does have a chance to go to phase 2, and he's going. So he just wanted to get that. But that could have happened about a minute ago, which obviously time is of the essence, because at this point you see he's going to find that most armies are basically completely female citizens, a few cavalry perhaps, and the odd soldier, but nothing excessive. But that extra minute, his infantry has gone from, I think it was about 2 up to 15. Sorry, 6. So 2 additional ones. So the 4 that he would have started with plus the additional 2 to 16. That's a massive difference. So, and just to make another point here, that something that I learned is, if you're playing as against a Kushite player, you have to scout their base, basically. You see, Hakan Yildirim doesn't realise that he's gone to phase 2. All you need to do is send your camel somewhere around here just to get an idea, and then because you've got a bit of that outline, you just basically wait for that outline to expand, and you know the person's gone to phase 2. So if I saw that, I would be like, okay, he's gone to phase 2 in under 5 minutes. This guy is not serious about building his economy. He is just going to be doing some kind of attack. And we can see that's exactly what's happening here. So you get the 2 Nuba villages. You'll notice everyone basically has been switched to metal. Got a few people just still finishing up getting the thing. He's getting the upgrade to make him gather metal more quickly. But look, here, absolutely nothing, no interest whatsoever from this point onwards. He could, in theory, be, send a few people to farm or something, just to at least give him a backup. But it really is absolutely all or nothing at this stage. So Hakan Yildirim doesn't have any idea that he's there at the moment, which is not good. He's got a decent population, not spectacular, but really solid. Training, needs to start training soldiers though. How many soldiers have you got? 22. You'll need a lot more than that. Thing is, the Macemen are actually not just very good at destroying buildings, they're also just very strong soldiers on the whole. So you really can't okay, that's helpful. Okay, now he's seen he's now seen them, so he's got no excuse. He has to now start building soldiers. And he's set. What's he going to do here? Slingers, soldiers, pikemen, something? Do something? He really needs to do something. Okay, it's 5 slingers. So you can see he's just getting them ready. They're not actually... what's this? Building a storehouse, that's interesting. So how many has he got? It's only got 10 so far, but you can see still nothing. So the plan, I assume, is to get this up to 60. He's just mining as much metal as possible. So he just must have launched a few more, another 10. So he's going to have 20. But this is the thing. They do take a little while to 7 seconds. They're really quick, actually. Geez, they're quicker to build. I had no idea. Look at that. They're actually quicker to train than a female citizen. That's mad. So, yeah, you have to be prepared, because if these guys can train these up far more quickly than you can train defenders, because the average soldier takes 10 seconds, but in the time that he's been there now, look, here they come. Do they come? No, here they come. Yeah, that's it. So let's have a look and see. Does he manage to... Okay, straight away, all of 21 slingers here are going to start attacking them. How many of them are going to be there? Let's go. Okay, other soldiers coming. So let's get rid of the C. It's 18, 17, 16. 15, 13. It's a long way from being, and they're all dying. Wow. So because the Macemen were attempting only to destroy the civic centre, he didn't actually manage to kill a single soldier. Okay, so now you can see his population is down to 23. He's got enough to build train 3 women, but against a population of 108 at this point, the game is effectively done. It's been an unsuccessful raid. It's one of those things that makes you think, God, it's actually not that difficult to stop. How did I manage um, to fall for it? I mean, the first time he was really confused me. I didn't know about this tactic at all, and he basically he sent a load of women just wandering into my base, which I found really confusing. So I was just like, what the hell's going on? And while I moved all my soldiers to the edge to go and see what was going on to kill these women, he actually went round the back and then destroyed the civic centre without me realizing, which was, yeah, a bit sneaky. So you can have a look. You can see there's just nothing in it. He barely only trained 50 people. He was doing quite well, apparently, at certain points. But you see that it starts off, and just look at that divergence. If we look at economy, look at military as well, that's the big thing, I think, is that he just took a little bit too long. I feel like if he'd gone to phase two, this is Black King, by the way, if he'd gone to phase two a little bit earlier, and been able to get that, and had potentially built a slightly stronger economy, he could have A, made that attack a bit sooner, which would have been more likely to succeed, but B, would also have had something else to fall back on. So I'm going to actually try and play as Kushites a few times and just see if I can get this to work against some other people. If I do, then I'll put it as a video. Um, Other than that, I'd just like to say, look at that for a kill death ratio, 18.5 versus 0.05. Incredible. Yeah, thanks very much. Obrigado e até logo.